Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and it is now part 2 of the Painter's Garden Collection video where I give you an overview of how to put together one of these florals. In this video, I'm going to be doing the zinnia. Within the video though, it took me a while to film it because I had to start over again. There is a boo-boo in the video and I do show it to you. I show you how to put together this beautiful flower, the zinnia, using the zinnia die set designed by Susan Tierney Cockburn with Spellbinders. If you want to know exactly how to make this lifelike, like how Susan teaches in her videos, you can watch my video here to get a feel for it, but also I would suggest watch her video. If you just want to get into making florals for your projects, etc., then this would be the video for you. Also, using your own floral forming tools. All right, like if you have a few of these stylists, I have 3 different brands right here. If you have one of these ball stylists, you can still use them. I do have this item, which is called a Groove Golf Tool. There is an attachment that goes with the tool-in-one that is included in Susan's Ultimate Floral Forming Kit, but it's an attachment with the curved angle to do the flower forming, okay? I use this tool, but right here, already, I am way past the cost of the Ultimate Toolkit. Also, if you have your foams, you can work with the existing foams, 2 different brands. Yes, this is not packing. This actually came in a floral forming kit, I know, but it is pretty much packing. And then lastly, I would suggest that you get a pack, and I will put links below for everything shown here. Get a pack of this Susan's Garden Specialty cardstock. This cardstock is floral forming and takes alcohol ink, and we'll do this coloring within the video. Alrighty, let's go right into it. Let's get started. Okay, so right here is my exclusive scrapbook.com Spellbinders Platinum 6 die cut machine. She will be what I'm cutting all these florals on. Because I am going to be coloring with my Copic markers or any alcohol marker, if you are going to be using alcohol markers to color your florals, please get 1 pack of this cardstock, Susan's Garden Specialty cardstock. It is special floral forming cardstock. If you have different brands like I do, those are really for ink blending or painting, etc., other mediums. They are not made for Copic coloring. You will ruin your marker tips, etc. And if you love your Copics like I do, I have had my Copics for now over 12 years. Buying a bunch of new tips, oh no, that makes no sense to me. So I went ahead and I purchased a pack of Susan's cardstock. You get 10 in the pack, and it is a textured cardstock. Now with Copics, they always say to you to use the smooth side, like smooth paper. I'm going to show you something that I discovered with my Copic markers, and I do have mostly sketch markers, okay? I'm going to use the zinnia. Seen that before. You saw so many examples with the Gerber Daisy. I just kept on playing with it because I was like, no, I can do it this way. Oh, I'm going to try again. I'm going to go a different colorway. Right here on the die, it tells you cut 2 times. And here on the leaves, it tells you to cut 2 or 3 times, okay? So let's go with this and this. I already have that. And this is only 1 time for the centers. That means you're going to use 1 big one, 1 small one. You could use this. I didn't use it. Susan has a whole technique for this and a special tool, which I don't have. So I skipped it. I can put a little gem in the center and it's not a big deal. Okay, you can do the same. This is how I like to do it. I take the flower, put this here, and I'm only going to cut that section that I'm using with my Tim Holtz scissors. I got my universal plate system, which this die cut machine comes with it already there. You roll this through my machine. Notice how my plates are still nice and flat. You know I'm loving that, right? And roll on through. Okay, and I should cut 2 of it. So let me cut another one. Doing the same thing again, just cutting another section. This is how I try to maximize. And then any leftover little bit, I use scraps. I use for those little tiny little buds, or if you want to do the like these bits, I could use for the ladybug, etc. Keep all of it. So here are my florals done on the specialty cardstock. And you need floral forming papers because of the fact that you are curling it, you may wet it, etc. Regular cardstock will not hold up to this, and neither will alcohol friendly cardstock. They won't hold up to it because they're not made for that, okay? Put my machine to the side. Now, let's go here. Spellbinders does have their toolkit, and the toolkit includes a tool-in-one, but their tool-in-one for that kit, same exact thing, but it has more attachments for flower forming, and it's all bundled together. You're going to get your foam. I have to have 2 different brands of foam here, and you're going to get a leaf pad. I've had it in my cart for the longest time, and like doing this video now is like I should just get it, but it's just so painful for me to think about getting it because that would be me buying the same thing twice. A bunch of floral forming tools. Her tools are really geared towards these dies, and I'm loving that I can make something easily too. And so I watch her videos and I'm like, oh, but I don't have that, but I do have this. So I'm kind of tweaking it, which is not cool. All right. So here I zoom down the camera a little bit. It's getting dark outside. 2 colors of Copic marker here. I have a R14 and I also brought a Y19. Now Y19 was a yellow I used before. Now, what I love about coloring these with Copic markers, Susan is using, she normally uses either Copics or Olo markers. They're the new alcohol markers in town, and you can put 2 different colors on the thing, and you can do both ends brush tip. I'm using my Copic markers because when I was getting ready to color this, I thought, do I really still want to use my brush nib? No, I'm using my chisel end. Oh, you know, I was so happy to use this because I never used the chisel side of a Copic marker. Now, this is a glass mat, so she can take the alcohol ink coloring, just clean her up with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. So I go like this. So look how easy this is. This is R14 marker, like that. So you color, and there's no ink blending with this one. It's just applying color. You flip it over, and now you color the back. Reason being, because once you start to form the florals, we can see the underneath of each petal. So you have to color the 2 sides, and this applies to like pretty much all of her florals. So I'm just showing you what I was doing, and I would just do like this. I'd get into that factory mode, just boom, boom. Look how quick this is with the chisel, right? And seeing that I don't use my chisel tip, if this gets messed up, it doesn't bother me in the least bit. Even though this is alcohol friendly, but it does have a texture. That's just my crafty OCD. And seeing that I have this, why not use it? Crafty OCD is a real thing. I know I have it. I will not use a craft knife on this craft mat. It can take it. I'm not using it. That's just me. I want her to be pristine, just like these markers are 12 years old and they are pristine. Yes, that's just me. And I'm not changing. So let's go a little bit of yellow too, just to show you, you know, if we go a different colorway. And the yellow dries back lighter than what you see here, okay? Because this yellow, I'm 99% sure was on that Zinnia card. See how quickly that went? Done. Now I'm going to take my look at that. Done. Clean. There's all my alcohol marker. I am either using, I have both of these. I have a piercing tool and a forming tool, okay? With the Spellbinders flower toolkit, you will get a little pad. It's like this big. You don't need this whole big thing. And this one, this is actually like packaging, I know, but it does come in a flower forming kit. And I was like, but that's styrofoam for like a packaging. And I've been using it. I have this Dress My Craft golf tool. It's called a golf tool, G-O-L-F, like playing golf. This is more expensive than the entire flower forming tool kit, okay? Yeah, and I bought it at full price. I also have all these other different styles, and yes, you see the brands? So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if I buy the kit, I'm like, am I doubling this up? These are for bigger florals. So for Susan's own, I would use, coming into this size, her ball stylus is roughly around like this right here. It would be an attachment for this, okay? For the tool-in-one. So you see what I'm talking about? It really is bothering me. Like, I'm like, why didn't I just wait? Get the proper thing and be done, and it's an all-in-one. As you can see, I kept buying it over and over again, different styles, expecting something different. She has an attachment that has something like this. So it's a little piece that she'll use with her thing where she goes like this. This is a die pierce from my regular tool-in-one that comes with my machine. This will punch a hole like so. This is something different. Her thing is this will also pierce too, because this is supposed to be like piercing through for you to thread stamens through, etc. I'm going to use this part. So this is where we are in common together on this foam. You go like this and you go from the top and you come on in. See how the curling happens? This is where your regular cardstock will start cracking and breaking. You put pressure, you curl in. Pressure, curl in. Pressure, curl in. You see what I'm doing? I will put a link for this golf tool if you guys would like it, but I would say get her whole kit because you would be spending much more getting just this alone, and then you still have to get a foam. I could use this too, but this was actually working better, but you'd have to get the foam. You have to get, see how it sinks in? So this is giving me less of a curve than this one, okay? So I kind of like this one better. This is We Are Memory Keepers foam. But the Spellbinders will give you the foam. And then there's a leaf pad to make the leaf. I have no leaf pad, so I was using this same thing. And that's what I did, okay? With the other style of floral forming cardstock that I have, you would spritz it even before you started doing this just to prepare it. So with this one, you see that I can curl it dry. To go further, you can just add, she did a little spritz of water. The Copic markers are alcohol ink, so they're not going to bleed or anything. And then she did like a reverse tweezer and kind of did like a thing where she formed it on the reverse tweezer. But I'm going to show you what I did because I have the golf tool, okay? So you would take this and you go like this and you just pinch. And you pinch. Do you have to do this? No. Learn the technique and then go from there. She has her step-by-step video. She does go at a certain speed though, I'm not going to lie. Just rewind. That's the beauty of it being pre-recorded. You pause it and go back and watch it again. Okay? And it's pretty much something, you know, like this. You squeeze. And for a lot of the florals I showed you in my examples, it was done this way. The pansy was a little different because it's more open. But like the daisies and such, they were like this. Okay. And then you can curl back if you wish. You see how that paper really takes to going both directions and holds up? And the reason why we color, because we can see the back once you start to raise this up, okay? Let me curl this out. She didn't do this, but with you guys right now, I'm playing. And I'm showing you that you can play, have fun. It is, at the end of the day, your die set. But you can definitely make beautiful 3D projects with this, okay? But it's super easy. And then you would take a little bit of glue. Okay, crafters, this is now day 2 because yesterday while filming the first part of the video, which I'm going to leave in place because I didn't want to start all the way over. So I used a different colorway with that video in this continuation because I'll show you the boo-boo that happened. Let's go pink and yellow. Why not? I'm not going to use... Ooh, my glue went crazy. That's too much glue. Ignore that. It's not supposed to be that much glue. Oh, my glue is running. Why? I don't know. Ooh, that's ugly. What happened there with my glue? You see the boo-boo? If I had a swear jar, it would have been halfway full yesterday. I was so upset that I just was like, that's it. It's late. Haven't had dinner. I am going. So yes, I had a meltdown. Then I walked out, made dinner, which was great. And then I said, all right, let me continue now today. So you can see that the time of day has changed in the video as well. So we're now picking up with what I showed you guys before and in a different colorway, which I really like this colorway. So I guess I did need to have the meltdown to then go ahead. I filled up this stupid bottle. I shouldn't call it a stupid bottle. I refilled this bottle and I think it just had a moment. So I'm going to do a test before I go ahead and start layering because this thing, oh, you just don't know how that upset me. Thank goodness it wasn't on a full project. Like if I was here with this and sticking this down and that big spill happened. Yeah, that would not have been pretty. Then the swear jar would have been full all the way. So this was colored with Copic R83 marker. Isn't this a beautiful color? So what I did different than yesterday, I had just pulled 2 markers and just came and colored. Last night after dinner, see, when my belly was happy and I was full, then I pulled out my Copic chart. Now you're going to see here that I redid this chart back in 2021 because my original chart was so old, tell you these markers are 12 years old, that they start to fade over time. At least I read that somewhere. So I did another chart. And looking down the chart, here's my boo-boo from the garbage. That R14 was so bright that I decided, I just looked down my chart and I was going in this area. And that's when I picked up that R83. So a Copic chart, I'll start using that for my florals. But you see how many Copic markers I have? Yeah. But I've been collecting this for a very long time, okay? And from the time back in the day when I could get these things half off and 60% off and all those good deals that they don't have present day, unfortunately. I'm in this realm right here. So I could go R81, R83, R85, but then it really changes from a nice pretty pink to something a little bit darker in the higher R80s, okay? Just wanted to show you that, kind of do like a swatch to get this colorway. And look how pretty she is. So I'm going to restart this part again, just so you can see the excitement one more time. What you need to make one flower, 2 large, 2 small, okay? And we're going to do this again with the golf tool. Yeah, Suzanne had a meltdown yesterday. Alrighty, so there's it. There's the bits, and then I'm going to get my mister. You guys just don't know. I mean, I'm laughing about it now, but boy, yesterday, I mean, I was trying to save the video, and I was like, oh, forget it. Just forget it. And I'm going to go ahead, and I'm using the end of the golf tool to do the crimp. Oh, guys. Yes, it was, yeah, I was having a moment. Just a big old moment. So you just spray a little bit of water just to loosen up the fibers. And the beauty of this type of floral forming paper is that when it does dry and set, see how it's kind of weak right now? Oh, it becomes very sturdy. I'll show you in a second of how sturdy this thing gets. So when you use it on projects, it'll last. It's the fibers. That's why you have to use floral forming paper. Can't stress that enough. Don't go in with regular cardstock. It's not going to give you the same result. See, once it dries, listen. Look at that. You see what it's doing? You can fluff it. You can de-fluff it. But see how stiff it gets? It's like doing starch on your paper when it dries. This is already set from yesterday, and it's stiffer than this one. Let me show you really quick. So I use R83 for the floral, and I'm using RV11 here because it's supposed to be just like one shade lighter. And like so. Same process. Now, what I'm doing in this video is just showing you that is super doable. If you want to take it all the way out, then you follow Susan's video. You can watch this, get a feel for it, decide to maybe try a set or 2. I love these daisy ones. Clean off my ink. Take my foam again. And I'm going to take my ball stylus. There is an attachment for the two-in-one with a ball stylus, and you'll see her use it, okay? I'm using what I have from my stash. And you just roll in the middle, like so. See how it comes up, like that? Same thing here. Roll in the middle. If I can get it to roll. This one here looks like it picked up a lot of water. Let me go with a bigger ball stylus. That's the one thing about me purchasing everything separate. I have all different type of stylus. But these are like for really big florals, you know? And a different style. This is like, you use these when you're doing formarian. What is formarian? Instead of it being paper, it's more like a foam that you can play in. I have it all, but for right now, I'm liking it with the paper. Foam sometimes you have to heat it up with an iron, and this whole process is pretty, but it's a whole process. So I have my pieces done here. Let's talk about the leaf really quick, because I colored up a bunch of leaves too. I'm using YG63 and YG17. If you stay here, you'll get darker leaves, but I wanted it a little bit brighter, okay? See how it's a little bit brighter here? Most of the time, you'll be sticking in this YG63 area. Let me show you what I did. Took this bright green, go halfway down. And notice how my coloring is not like professional coloring. Because you're going to be like covering it up and, you know, not covering it up. You're going to be curling it and all that good stuff, and color the back again, because it's the same process of once we put a curve on it, we can see it. But you can leave it all streaky like that. It is fine. All ink to pick this up. Foam. And I like, maybe I might cut this down too, because you know what? Notice I'm talking myself into getting the kit from Spellbinders. I know. Because it's like now I'm going into spending a whole lot of money with what I have before, and also now what I'm seeing her use. And I'm like, I like the convenience of the kit. And she also uses the stylus to do some little veining. I'm doing my own veining here, like this. And then she'll take this sometimes and do a bend and do a little curl and all this stuff. But see how you can form it and have fun with it? And I just made a bunch after I had dinner and calmed down. Let's put this together. Here's a scrap piece of cardstock. Barely Art glue is fantastic. It's just when I refilled, it looked like it's, I think, yeah, see what's happening? I think I have a bubble in here. Let me let it settle. Might have overfilled it. Look at that. So it's not the glue's fault. It's just, I guess, nature or something. I don't know. Mix it out. Clean this up anyway. Look at that. Ew. Okay, crafters, I am back. See, I did a few tests and it started happening, but I have to use this bottle, so somewhere along the line I have to give it a try. Now, how Susan does it, she puts the glue here, but I kind of like to put the glue in here, like I did before. That's a little bit big, but it's not that bad. And then do the stagger. So you can do your, and when I say stagger, you want the petals to be opposite, okay? Let me show you. You see what I'm saying? So this doesn't line up with that. You want them to stagger a little bit. There we go. Then now we come into the, so that's the too large. We come into now the small and stagger it again. Let me use my tooling one to just hold it down there. Here I am zoomed down. And one more time, I'm going to do it Susan's way, where I put the glue there. Ooh, this is still so watery. I don't know. Maybe it's the sun in here because I'm right by the window. Maybe that might be causing it. Yeah, Florida's starting to get hot again. We're like super hot right now. And I have this by the window. So that could be causing this to be so runny. But look at that. So I have more made. Ooh, so pretty. So cute. Love. Look at that color. I'm loving this color. Now we're going to go into that piece. But I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to go inside with it. Let me get a tweezer. And you want to also stagger that last piece. Stick it down, let it hold. And one more, just a drop. There we go. Still big. But I'm making it work. I need it to stagger. You see what I'm doing? Let me show you what I did in the inside. Here's an up close. It was falling right there, but I needed it to be filling in those empty spaces so it staggers. Now, she has those little bitty centers. You can continue going with that. I don't have what she was using for it, so I'm going to just put a, you know, like a gem or a pearl. I'm going to put a gem like this. Okay, so you guys are seeing this super close now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at my splatter. While I'm here. Isn't that splatter good? Oh my goodness. Alrighty, let me zoom back out. All right, crafters, you can tell I'm having a goofy time. It's better to be goofy than swearing, okay? Than be angry at your paper. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, you know, I'll be at a crop. When you're doing it, you don't realize that you're doing it. You know how many crafters talk to their paper? Like, really? Did you do that? Oh no, I have to start over again. And when when we were at Crops, the crafters would be sitting there laughing at somebody who was having a meltdown because stuck something upside down, tore something. And then you're crafting and you do something and it occurs. I'm just telling you, if you find yourself talking to paper and your family's like, what's wrong with you? It's normal. You're not crazy. When you put in the effort and then things fall apart, it's like, oh, give me the swear jar. That's it. It's quite fine. You would go like this with the florals. And we are done. Okay, crafters, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, including the bloopers. You had a good laugh about my glue. Yeah, she was annoying. I have a 2-ounce bottle. This is the one that I did the refill and it made a mess. I also bought from Spellbinders this Barely Art 4-ounce bottle. Ooh, I love this one. So this is a little bit heavier, but not crazy heavy because I was worried about weight. That's why I went with the smaller bottle. But this one, not so bad. And it comes with the whole kit too. So I can put links for that in case you are looking for glue. I think I just put a big air bubble in this one. So don't take that as the glue is not good. It's fantastic glue. Still love it. Just didn't love the boo-boo. Alrighty, crafters. And there will be a part 3. I just have to edit it where I put the card together with the beautiful florals. So you can watch out for that video coming soon. So there is Susan, part 1, 2, and 3. Okay, crafters, on to the next video. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.